Episode 14, Kumari's Love या Affection.
The story of my first love. To be very honest, until this moment where I'm actually contemplating and talking about it, I haven't even realized that I actually have a first love. I don't know how it happened and I don't know when it happened, but I can assure you that my experience has definitely been a whirlwind. When you talk about first love, you don't even realize that you've actually had one until you look back at that time. It hasn't been that long since this happened to me. And now that I realize, it has been one of my best friends who has always been by my side. He and I were and are super close. We may not talk as often or meet up as often, but when we do, it truly makes all the wait worthwhile. I never really thought that I would count him as my first love until I realized that for almost a year, he has been constantly roaming around in my mind. I first realized my feelings for him back in March of 2022. We were very good friends back then, and I never allowed myself to give him any hints of any sort that I liked him, because at that time I myself wasn't sure that is this just a liking or maybe it's just an attraction because of loneliness or desperation. Whenever I spoke to him, whenever we hung out, it was like I was on cloud nine. I would have the biggest smile on my face when we spoke. I would always we have this thing where we annoy each other a lot. He pulls my hair, I pull his hair. It's just all fun and games. And it kind of gave me an opportunity to have some kind of a physical touch with him. And I remember one evening, I was extremely upset because of a competition that I lost, and I was crying. Even though he was on the opposite team, he came and he hugged me and he calmed me down and tried to console me, saying that, you played really well and it wasn't your fault, and at least you got second place. And I still look back at that moment that I still could not believe. A person like him came and hugged me while I was crying. He even treated me to a nice meal to ensure that my mood livens up. This type of thing continued, but the worst part about this whole experience was that it was a very toxic thing. He always showed me signs. He was like a hot and cold guy. Some days he would not even acknowledge me while I walked past him, and other days he would be so intimate and caring. It just threw me off, which over time it made me realize that this is not the right way. If he actually liked me, he would not be such a indecisive person and play with my feelings like that, even though he did not know that I had feelings for him. Soon after, around October of 2022, he came and told me that he's dating another one of our classmates. And while I was showing that I was extremely happy, it really bummed me out. Then in March 2023, I confessed. One random day, I told him, I need to talk to you. I explained to him that I like you, but I do not want a relationship from you because I knew that if I ever get into a relationship with this boy, I will never be happy because it's just one of those types of relationships where you cannot even date that person. Think about dating that person. And he explained to me that even though he found me attractive, he never really saw me as someone to date. So now, in present, we are extremely good friends. We meet up quite often. He does tease me a lot about liking him, but I can say at least that me confessing my feelings to him did not impact our friendship. And that's it. That's my first love story.
तो दोस्तों, कैसा लगा आज का एपिसोड? तो क्या ये एपिसोड सुनकर आपको आपके क्रश की याद आई? अगर आपको भी आपके पहले क्रश की पहली लव स्टोरी शेयर करनी है तो भेजिए हमें podcast@audiopitara.com पर। और ऐसे ही पॉडकास्ट और ऑडियो स्टोरी सुनने के लिए डाउनलोड कीजिए गूगल प्ले स्टोर से ऑडियो पिटारा ऑफिशियल ऐप, और आप इसे बिल्कुल फ्री में सुन सकते हो।
ऑडियो पिटारा सुनना जरूरी है।